Welcome to all of our new viewers and all of our past attendees. Really appreciate all your feedback that you've been giving us. I know that we've been enjoying bringing you a little piece of the world during the time right now where we feel that we want to be dreaming about new destinations or perhaps past destinations that we've been to. This has been such a thrill for us. So we're so happy to be able to do this and welcome you into our little world that we love so much. So I want to introduce myself. I'm Rhonda Svian. I'm the leisure manager at Paul Travel, and co-hosting with me is Julie Bekdash. Hi, Julie.
Hi, everyone.
How are you doing today?
Awesome. Really good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, I know both Julie and I are really excited about today. I know the weather right now, we're heading into summer, some might be raining somewhere that you are, or I know here in Edmonton, there's a little bit of sun peeking out, but we're going to take a little dive, a little trip into a Caribbean island, the little island of Grenada. So we're really excited about that. Julie's going to be introducing our amazing guests in a few minutes. So just before that, I wanted to go over a few little housekeeping details. The presentation is going to last for a maximum of an hour. The presentation itself is going to be about 40 minutes. You're all muted. So if you have any questions or any comments, please put in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen questions, and Julie's going to monitor that, and we will, at the end of the presentation, have a chance for Julie to ask and have your questions answered. Also, if you've been to the island before, you have maybe a little favorite spot or something that you've done, put it in the chat box. We'd love to hear from you. So any comments that you have would be great. Also, just wanted to let you know this recording is this webinar is being recorded. So we will post that on our Paul Travel website immediately after this presentation is done. Next week, we will be bringing you Peru, actually from currently a guide in Peru. So he's in Cusco. So he'll be live next Thursday. So that's June 25th at 4 p.m. So we'll be sending out the link for registering, or you can go on our website as well and register for that too. So now for the exciting part, I'll turn this over to Julie to welcome our wonderful guests.
Great. Thanks, Rhonda. Well, today, we're so excited to have Grenada be the first of the Caribbean islands that we're featuring on our webinar. So today I'm going to introduce you to Sekou, who has always had a passion for travel and tourism. He was telling me that as a little kid, he used to walk by the tourism office and he kept saying, I'm going to work there one day. I'm going to work there one day. And sure enough, he's been, for 10 years, he's been in this industry, and he's been with between Grenada and Canada, and currently he's the Director of Sales in Canada for the Grenada Tourism Authority. So welcome, Sekou. And then also we have Renee, and it's so nice to see her smiling face. I've seen her at a few trade shows in Canada, but she's joining us from Grenada. She grew up in Grenada, and then she was in the US for just a little while, and then for the last 10 years she's been back in Grenada and loving it. She's so glad she never looked back. She says she's Grenada's #1 fan, and I believe it when you just hear about the passion she has for the island. And she explores it with her 2 dogs, and she has an island kitty, and she is actually the marketing manager of the Grenada Tourism Authority. So welcome, both of you. We'll let you take it away.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen really quickly, and then Sekou can get started, if that's okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. We are so excited to share Grenada with you guys. So I'll hand it over to Sekou.
Hello, guys. Welcome to our presentation. I'm so happy that you took some time to join us here in pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, because we are indeed the spice of the Caribbean. As soon as you step off the plane on the island, you smell the spices in the air. So we are the Spice Island. The beach you're looking at right now is our Grandans Beach. Our Grandans Beach was actually voted the best beach in the Caribbean actually in the world. I said Caribbean, in the world, by Condé Nast magazine. So just remember, beach lovers, go to Grenada, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to be on the best beach in the world. So Grenada, we're not only made up of one island, we are three island destination. Grenada, which is the main island, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Carriacou is about 1 hour and a half away from Grenada by ferry, and Petite Martinique, not to be mistaken by Martinique, which is French. Petite Martinique is a really small island that's not even measured in square miles, it's measured in acres. All right, so in Grenada, we focus on a lot on geotourism, okay? So we believe in tourism that's actually enriches our residents. So that's why we have our brand name, Pure Grenada. We've recently outlawed styrofoams, and we're gonna be doing away with plastic bags and everything else soon. So we have a wealth of black sand beaches and white sand beaches. One side of the island is the Caribbean Sea, the other side of the island is the Atlantic Ocean. We have over 45 beaches. So on each day of your vacation, you could be on a different beach if you are beach lovers. We have lush tropical rainforest and lots of exotic flora and fauna. And we are a very safe community-oriented culture. We are one of those destinations where we encourage guests to leave their hotels and just go and wander. Go and explore the destination. It's very, very safe to do so, and we encourage it. So getting to Grenada. Currently, there is only one direct flight out of Toronto, which is Air Canada. Before COVID, Air Canada flew to Grenada 3 times weekly on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But they're going to be opening the airport on the 1st of July. And the first Air Canada flight into the destination will be on the 6th of July. And it's going to be on Mondays only until Air Canada tells us, until I guess the whole COVID issue is behind us. But we're working on them to increase that flight. That's the only direct flight currently, but you can also get to Grenada via Caribbean Airlines, Toronto via Trinidad and Tobago to Grenada, or American Airlines daily via Miami. So some quick facts about the destination. We're safely located below the hurricane belt. So this is really important to note because currently in the Caribbean, it's the hurricane season. So because we're so far south, the hurricanes very, very rarely affect us, okay? And the last hurricane was in 2004, which is Ivan. And the time before that was in 1955, which is Hurricane Janet. So I spoke to Mother Nature this morning, and she told us we were gonna be getting a hurricane probably in the year 3000. So send all your guests to Grenada. We're safe from hurricanes. Knock on wood, okay? So we're the southernmost of the Windward Islands, located 160 kilometers north of Venezuela, or 254 kilometers southwest of Barbados. Our average temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So no winter for us in Grenada. We are a size of 133 square miles and a population of 110,000 people. We are 12 miles wide and 21 miles long. Our English is our main language. That's the only language we speak on the island. And we are tied to the US dollar. One US would give you $2.67 EC. That's Eastern Caribbean dollar. So we would encourage you to tell your clients to change their currency from Canadian to the US currency. Because the Canadian, because it keeps fluctuating, you may not get a good rate. So Carriacou. Carriacou is located 37 kilometers northeast of Grenada with a population of only 8,000 people. Carriacou is also known as the Isle of Reefs because of all of the underwater sea life and all the reefs that you will see in Carriacou. So the underwater sea life is incredible. It's also very rich in boat building. During the colonial times, a lot of the Scottish actually went to Carriacou and they brought their boat building culture to Carriacou. And up to this day, Carriacou is one of the Caribbean islands that they will still make sloops and other boats that you would see that are traversing the Caribbean region. There's an annual Carriacou Regatta, and it's also known for its Shakespeare Mass. Next slide, please. Thank you. And we have Petite Martinique, like I said, not to be mistaken with Martinique, which is French. Carriacou is Petite Martinique is 456 acres. So like I said, it's not measured in square miles, it's measured in acres. Only 1,000 people live on that island. And it's a very close-knit community, and it's very rich in boat building also, and there's also a regatta on that island. And it's just a quick fact. It has one of the highest per capita incomes in the Eastern Caribbean. So even though it's such a small island, they concentrate on fishing and the fisherman makes lots of money. So in Grenada, it's pure nature. And by that I mean 1/9 of our landmass is preserved as parks. All right, we have a plethora of waterfalls throughout the island, natural sulfur springs, boiling lakes, and we actually have volcanic crater lakes and bird conservatories. And we are home to 7 of the gardens listed in the UK's top 100 best gardens. So for an island that's as small as Grenada, it talks to our beautiful flowers and the richness of our soil to have 7 of the gardens listed in the UK's best 100 gardens. So all you people who like flowers and love the arrangements and everything, Grenada is the best place to go for that. Just look at that, beautiful. So in Grenada, it's pure yachting. It's a perfect place for yachties. And because of that, because we're located so far south in the Caribbean, it's a safe anchorage. So lots of actually boats that are anchored in the Northern Caribbean, lots of boats that are usually anchored in the Northern Caribbean, they usually get insurance if they come to Grenada. And because of that, lots of people actually come to Grenada to, sorry, my video came off for a minute, don't know why. Yeah, so yachties will actually get insured if they bring their boats out in Grenada because it is below the hurricane belt. All right, we have a wealth of sheltered anchorages and year-round good weather. Super marinas capable of handling 90-meter yachts, and you can also get bareboat rentals and also crude yachts if you like. We have a calendar that's packed with regattas and annual Grenada Sailing Festival. We have billfish tournaments, and we have a Pity Martinique and Whitsuntide Regatta also. In Grenada, it's pure romance also. Like we had a travel blogger that actually visited us about 6 months ago, and she described Grenada as one of the most Instagrammable places that she has ever been to. All right, so on every corner you go, you would see something to take a picture of. It might be the beautiful beach, the beautiful scenery, the floral arrangements, the beautiful way that we actually paint our houses because we're full of national pride. So a lot of our houses are painted in the colors of our flag. So it is a beautiful destination, and you can find a beautiful beach almost anywhere you go, and that beach might end up being yours and your significant others for the whole of the day. Because we have over 45 beaches, right? And not everyone would go to the beach every day. Even the most popular beach, Grand Anse, you can still go on certain days, on a busy day, and still have a part of the beach that is considered yours, and no one's gonna bother you. You can get married in Grenada within 24 hours, and we even have underwater weddings, and you can get married in coconut fiber and Riverstone wedding gums. So in Grenada, we think outside of the box when it comes to getting married and getting the customer, the client, we go above and beyond for them. In Grenada, it's soft adventure. And by soft adventure, I mean you can go kayaking. We have the mangrove bed. You can go river tubing. You can go kayaking. You can go diving. There's so much to do in Grenada. Lots of waterfalls and crater lakes you can go to. It's just a perfect destination for soft adventure that you can go to. Perfect destination. And you can go hiking into the interior also. Paddleboarding is also a really great way to exercise and actually see the destination, because you can move from your hotel onto a paddleboat. The water is nice and calm and blue. So while you're paddling, you can just see our landscape. It's a
straight to the beach bar.
Next slide, please. So pure excitement. I'm not sure if you guys recognize someone in that picture. But that lady with that big smile on the ATV is Renee. All right, so she is one of the adventure seekers, and she always, whenever she has the time, she would go out and just immerse herself in whatever there is to do on the destination. All right, so lots of hiking trails. You can go river tubing down the Balthazar River, and dune buggy tours, of course, as Renee is doing right now. And in Grenada, it's pure diving. We're a twin island dive destination, over 50 dive sites and over 20 wreck sites. We try to sink a wreck almost yearly, and those wrecks are artificial wrecks. It's not because of the water is rough and the boats sink. We sink the wrecks in order to encourage sea life and marine life to move in. Once those wrecks are under the water, corals start growing and they actually take on a whole new life of their own. So that's one of the reasons that we sink dive. So we consider one of the dive capitals of the Caribbean for wrecks. We also have the largest wreck dive in the Caribbean, which is the Bianca Sea. The Bianca Sea is a cruise liner that sunk in Grenada off in the 60s. It's for advanced divers, but we call it the Titanic of the Caribbean because of its just sheer size. It's a cruise liner. All right. And in addition to that, we have the Bianca Sea, but we have other wreck dives for every level of diver, from beginner to intermediate to advanced. And most of the dive sites are not more than 15 minutes away from the shore. So you don't take hours getting to a dive site and just have about half an hour to an hour diving. You take more time in the water and just little time commuting from the hotel or from the dive shop to the dive destination. And of course, we have the Underwater Sculpture Park. This Underwater Sculpture Park was named as one of the wonders of the world by National Geographic a few years ago. It's the first in the world, and you can see it while you snorkel, scuba dive, or you can see it from a glass bottom boat if you don't want to get wet. So there's over 100 individual sculptures under the water. All right, and they are remarkable. Whenever I go to Grenada, I am not a diver myself, but I do snorkel, and I always snorkel to see the underwater sculptures, because you can imagine the sculptures are under the water and the corals keep growing. So whenever you go back, the figures actually takes on a whole new life. All right, so it's really, really something to see. It's incredible. So some accolades that we recently got. Bloomberg named us as one of the 21 destinations to watch in 2019. Condé Nast Traveler named Grenada as the best beach in the world. Pure Grenada was ranked number 2 in the top Caribbean islands for romance in the USA Today top 10 Reader's Choice Awards. Our Spice Island Beach Resort, which is located on our Grandans Beach, is a AAA 5 Diamond Award recipient. And we got that award 3 times consecutively. All right. We also have our Calabash Boutique Hotel. It was voted by TripAdvisor as the top hotel in the world in the Caribbean for luxury. And our Mount Cinnamon Beach Resort was ranked number 9 for top 25 hotels in the Caribbean in the 2019 TripAdvisor's Traveler's Choice Awards. Next slide, please, Renee. All right, so some festivals that we usually have on an annual basis. Because 2020, we have COVID, lots of our festivals were actually canceled. But Spice Mass, which is our version of our carnival, but because we're the Spice Island, we call it Spice Mass. All right, it usually takes place the 2nd week in August, and it's just a best carnival you can ever experience. And because Grenada is such a safe island, we encourage you to just take part in all of the activities. You know, there's Pretty Mass where you dress up in costumes and you dance behind a truck with music playing, with soca music playing, and they just have lots of fun and drink, of course, our local rums, right? Because what is coming to the Caribbean without having a sip of our local rums? Like, Caribbean is rum and it's a good time. And we also have our Caracou Regatta, so Caracou Maroon and String Band Music Festival. That usually takes place in April. And it's a weekend of activities. There's activities with lots of food, lots of smoked food, lots of dancing. We usually invite lots of our other Caribbean neighbors to come and take part. So it's just a festival with lots of music, lots of good food and good company. Caracou, I'm telling you, it's just one of those islands that you want to go and just get away from the hustle and bustle. Caracou is a place to be. And of course, Grenada, we have our chocolate festival. Because our soil is so rich, cocoa is grown there, which is the raw material for chocolate, is grown there, and it's one of our main export crops. So because of that, we have 5 chocolate factories on the island, and they all make a variety between 5 and 10 different flavors of chocolate. So it's like chocolate overload in Grenada. We even have a chocolate festival. The chocolate festival is usually the last week in April, the beginning of May, and it goes on for a week. And it's like Willy Wonka's island at that time. You can eat chocolate, drink chocolate, even bathe in chocolate. So it's a real unique experience for all you chocolate lovers who are listening right now. Come to Grenada for the Chocolate Festival, and trust me, you would not want to leave. And we have our music festival. Our music festival usually takes place in May. It was supposed to be the first weekend in May this year, but again, it was canceled. So it's an annual event, so it usually will go on next year again. Some of the past participants who has been at our Grenada Music Festival, we've had Kerry Hilson, we've had reggae artists like Kimani Mali, who is the son of the late Bob Marley's Kimani Mali. We have Third World, and lots of Just Stone, that's right, Just Stone. So lots of people usually come to Grenada for a music festival. It's a mix of soca, gospel, R&B, calypso, and you name it, Grenada has it during our music festival. It usually goes on over a weekend. And for the accommodations section, I'm going to put you on to Renee Goodwin, who is very, very passionate about all of our accommodation on the island. Take it away, Renee.
Sure. Thanks, Sekou. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again. I am just going to talk to you guys about some of the accommodation options that we have in Grenada. One of the great things about Grenada is that we truly have a range of different accommodation for every traveler taste. On this presentation, I'm going to go through some of our major hotels, but I will highlight the hotels that have villas as well, because we know that, you know, post-COVID, a lot of travelers are really kind of going to want to do their own thing. So we anticipate villas being very popular. We have quite a few of them in Grenada, gorgeous, beautiful villas. We also have a lot of small guest houses. We have bed and breakfasts. And then of course we have all of our full service luxury resorts, which are all also fairly small. Grenada is not a mass tourism destination. We pride ourselves on that, actually. We are very proud of the fact that we are, you know, a very authentic Caribbean destination. You're not going to find, you know, high rises and big chain brands and all that kind of stuff here. We're very chill and, you know, just uncrowded. Like Sekou said earlier, you can literally go and find a beach and have it to yourself all day. So these are the things that make Grenada very special. So I am going to go through a few of them. First up, we have Silver Sands Grenada, which is one of our newest properties, actually. It is located right on Grand Anse Beach, that world famous beach that Sekou pointed out earlier. It also has the Caribbean's longest pool. As you can see in this picture, the pool stretches all the way out to the ocean. It really is a very beautiful place when you go there in person. It has such a great wow factor. And even if you come to Grenada and you don't actually stay at Silver Sands, you can still go to Silver Sands to dine. They have really like fun DJs on weekends and you know, things like that. Well, that was post-COVID. I'm sure they're still going to do that after in a responsible way. So, you know, it's a very cool hotel. They have a cigar and rum lounge, and they are already a member of the leading hotels of the world. So very, very happy to have that property on the island. Another one of our high-end luxury properties is Spice Island Beach Resort. It's also located on Grand Anse Beach. Now remember, Grand Anse Beach is over 2 miles long. So I know a lot of the hotels that I'm gonna highlight, I'm gonna be like, they're on Grand Anse Beach, it's on Grand Anse Beach. But I don't want that to give you guys the impression that Grand Anse Beach is crowded, because it literally is never crowded, even with all of these hotels on it. It's wild, it blows my mind every time I go there, and I go there a lot. So Spice Island Beach Resort is an all-inclusive. It has been awarded the 6-Star Diamond Award several times, which is one of the highest awards in the industry. And it is renowned for its exceptional service. They truly are top-notch. You know, the rooms are beautiful and elegant, and all of the staff is absolutely wonderful. You know, no requests will go unheard at Spice Island Beach Resort. It really is a wonderful property. And it's family-owned as well. That's another very special thing about Grenada's accommodation. The majority of our major hotels are family owned and operated. You know, so you really get that kind of personal touch, which is, you know, it's really nice. A lot of people appreciate it. Sandals, we have a Sandals Grenada, and it is one of our very few chain resorts in Grenada. Sandals is located on Pink Gin Beach, which is its own little beach, as you can see in the picture there. They have over 10 dining options. The property is quite large. It's they have this picture here down below. You can see one of their main pools that has a fire pit in it, which is very cool. So that's like the more chill pool. And then on the other side of the resort, they have like their pool with their swim up bar and their DJ. So that's like the more, you know, kind of like fun upbeat side. But it really is a great resort. And of course, everybody knows that Sandals is, you know, well known for their service as well. So there's literally, you know, no way to not have a great time at this resort. It's beautiful. I actually used to work there, so I'm super familiar with this property, and it is very dear to my heart. Up next, we have Royalton Grenada, which is the second of the chains that we have here. I believe we have 3. Seiko, am I right or wrong? It's just 3, right? Radisson, Royalton, and Sandals for now. That's it. So this is correct. Yeah, this is the second one. The Royalton is actually is brand spanking new as well. It's 5 minutes away from the airport. However, it is not on the flight path, so you don't get a lot of that noise from flights overhead. It's actually located on 2 white sand beaches, and it has free resort, free Wi-Fi all the way throughout, and 8 restaurants with reservation-free dining. They opened so recently that we haven't really had a chance to experience it much. I visited there once, and the rooms really struck me. They're really, really gorgeous, especially the ones that open out onto the ocean. But they had to close very shortly after they opened because of, you know, the whole pandemic thing. So we're very much looking forward to them reopening, which they have plans to do in the next couple months, because the property is really great as well. As you can see, it's enormous, and they have really nice gardens. They have a really great water feature here that you can see. That lake is gorgeous. They have little bridges and, you know, nice for a stroll. It's a really, really great place. Ooh, Calabash. Okay, so this is my favorite hotel. I am a bit biased because this is another family-owned, operated property, and the managing director, Adele, she is my very best friend. We grew up together, and her parents, who own the hotel, you know, I've known them practically my whole life. So I love this place. You will literally not find, you know, a more caring, you know, family hoteliers. Like, they're so lovely. They really do, you know, love all of their guests and really make the effort to give everybody a very personalized vacation. All of the suites and villas have a sea view, which is great. This property is actually located on Lansepine Beach. It is in a neighborhood in Grenada called Lansepine. So it is on that beach as well. They have a dive shop on property and water sports. Their dining is out of this world. And they serve your breakfast. I think this is such a cool touch. They serve your breakfast either on the beach, if you like, or on your own private balcony. So all of these things will lend very well to, you know, the world that we're looking at post-pandemic. La Luna, oh, I love La Luna as well. I know, I love them all, right? La Luna is a great boutique hotel overlooking it's on Portici Beach, which is a beautiful golden sandy beach. La Luna also has villas. Oh, sorry, I didn't mention Calabash has villas as well. La Luna has villas. It's in a very secluded location, so, you know, it's great for a romantic getaway, for a laid-back holiday. Their Asian spa is brilliant. They have Balinese therapists there, and the treatments that they do are out of this world. They have a lot of really great activities as well. They have daily classes in yoga, meditation, Pilates. They have this beautiful beach pavilion. They do outdoor movie nights. And my favorite thing about La Luna is they have this gorgeous enchanted forest, and it's literally just, you know, tropical forest, and they have all of these local art and sculptures like throughout it. So, you know, you take this walk and there's just all of these like little wonders everywhere you look. It really is enchanting. It's brilliant. Oh, sorry. Radisson. Okay, Radisson is another one of the few chain hotels that we have. Radisson is located on Grand Anse Beach. It's a fairly large property, so again, lots of space. They have their own dive shop as well. They have a great swim up bar, a beautiful waterfall pool as well with a kissing bridge. It's really nice. 2 awesome tennis courts, fully equipped gym. This property is really nice, and it was very recently renovated as well. So all of the furnishings are nice and modern. You know, the rooms are like bright and airy, and it's a really beautiful, beautiful place. Coyada is another family-owned resort. It's on Grenada's beach. It's all inclusive. They have water sports and dive shop on property as well, and they have some excellent local live entertainment in the evenings. We love Coyada. It is such a sweet little resort. It really is very, very nice. Blue Horizons Garden Resort is the sister property to the resort that I mentioned earlier, Spice Island Beach Resort. So guests staying at Blue Horizons are allowed to go, it's literally across the street from Spice, so they're allowed to go over to Spice and use the facilities there, like the water sports, and dine there and things like that. So that's quite a nice perk of this property. It is a self-catering apartment style. So people that stay here will normally rent a car. You know, they kind of like to more do their own thing. They have 2 great restaurants, a really nice pool, kids area as well. It's very centrally located. Like I said, it's right across the beach from Spice, right across the street from Spice Island Beach Resort, which is right on Grenada's beach. And there's lots of shopping and restaurants and things like that in that area. And another really cool thing that I love about Blue Horizons is that the grounds themselves are literally a bird conservatory. It's very cool. So they have little bird baths everywhere. They do a really nice garden and bird watching tour in the mornings. It's 27 species of birds that call Blue Horizons home. It's very cool. And they are also very focused on sustainability and the environment. They are Green Globe Gold certified for several years now. And they really do a lot, you know, to do their part in the fight for the environment. Mount Cinnamon is excellent. It is located, so it's actually in 2 parts. And so their beach cabana and their kind of like garden area is right on Grenada's beach. And then all of the suites and villas, this property has some great villas as well, are located on the hillside. So this picture that you see here, all of their suites and villas have this view, which is amazing. It is such a wow view. Every time I go there, you know, you walk out and it's like they have these big arched windows, as you can see here on the balconies. It's truly beautiful. And everybody there, of course, is super friendly. It's a very cool kind of contemporary Caribbean resort. They also have, of course, you know, your fitness facilities, tennis, your non-motorized water sports complimentary. And so it is a very, very popular resort here in Grenada. Sorry, True Blue Bay is another super popular one. It is a mixture of rooms, suites, and villas. It's set on tropical gardens. It is not located on a beach. It's located in True Blue Bay. However, they do have daily shuttles to complimentary, of course, to different beaches in Grenada, which I thought was a very nice touch. They do have a beach style pool, which is the one pictured here. And then they have another pool. Actually, they have 2 other pools. And then they also have a really nice kids area. True Blue Bay is one of our favorite properties because their activities are extraordinary. They do local cooking classes. They have a street food village on Wednesdays that's super popular. Oh my goodness, even we go every Wednesday, or we used to go every Wednesday. And they have, the kids playgrounds, they have a yoga pavilion, their spa is brilliant, gym. And they are also as well very focused on the environment. They regularly host cleanups, you know, beach cleanups, street cleanups. They are really they have Grenada's first self-sustainable rooms. You know, they do all of the solar energy, and they're very, very dedicated to the environment and to being green. They're so innovative. I really, really love True Blue Bay. They're also family owned and operated. And like just a little tidbit, one of the cool things that they're doing now, you know, as we're in this pandemic time, is they are having balcony concerts, which I think is such a cool idea because, you know, in Grenada, almost every single hotel room has a balcony. So they have like one of our most popular local bands come and play around the pool, and everybody just stands on their balcony and jams out. And I think that's such a cool thing. So that is an example of like just kind of how innovative and, you know, they're very forward thinking. We would very much love for you all to stay in touch with us. We are, of course, on all of the things. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. I have our handles and our hashtags here that we normally use. So we would love it if you guys would follow us and just keep up with, you know, what's going on in Grenada. We really do like to keep our fans posted on everything that's new and everything that's going on. So that is how you would keep updated with us. And then of course, this is Sekou and mine, our contact information. If anybody has any questions or would like to get in touch with us, if anybody wants to plan a trip, which we hope you do after this, we would be happy to help you and answer all of your questions, and things like that. And I believe this brings me to the end. So I shall, oh, you guys are back, hi. So I will turn it back over to Julie.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Thanks so much, Renee and Sekou. That was great. We do, yeah, I feel like we got a little tour around Grenada. That was wonderful. The festival, especially that chocolate festival, oh my goodness.
Yeah, the chocolate, they actually did
around that.
This year, they did a virtual one this year, you know, for obvious reasons, but all of our festivals, we're anticipating everything will be back in 2021. Yeah.
Perfect. Good. Looking forward to that. We just have a few questions.
Okay.
What would you say, and I'm thinking of when I spent about 4 years ago, I was there for 2 weeks, so and not on an all-inclusive, so thinking about this too, but what would you say the typical, like the food prices are like if you compared it to say US dollars, if you were going out for a meal?
I can compare it, I can compare it to Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy for you guys. So it's cheaper.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's cheaper than Canadian. It's cheaper than Canadian. You're going out for dinner for two. It's with drinks, it's less than an evening out at the keg.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I do find, you know, I guess I should pay attention a bit more when I do go overseas, but I have heard that a lot. A lot of people comment very favorably. They're just like, oh, wow, like I had a really nice dinner and a bunch of drinks, and this would have cost way more in America.
Mm-hmm,
and actually, I guess when I travel, I do tend to spend a lot more money. So
yeah, and compared to other Caribbean islands too, I found that it was quite affordable.
It's affordable, much more affordable, definitely.
There is one thing that I remember that really enjoyed when I was there, and like you said, it's so easy to drive around. You feel really safe. The people are so friendly and polite and kind. We attended the Fish Friday.
Oh.
Can you explain a little bit of what that's like for someone who
of course, totally. So Guave is in one of our smaller parishes. So each of our parishes, except the one that I live in, has its own little small town. So Guave is the main town, if you will, of St. John's. So it is not that far from kind of the main tourist belt. It is a little bit further because it's considered country, but it is actually our major fishing village. So on Fridays, all of the different vendors will set up, and you know, Grenada is very colonial in its architecture. So, you know, we're talking like little cobblestone, windy, you know, streets and stuff. So all the different vendors will set up and they will make fish and seafood in all of the different ways that you could possibly imagine. And there's usually music playing and, you know, like fairy lights strung up, and it's just nice. It's a nice vibe. It's a cool vibe. You know, people just kind of wander around and eat and have drinks and socialize, and it's nice. It's lovely. Perfect.
And I'll qualify far. When Renee talks about far, she means half an hour, okay?
That's far.
It's half an hour. So half an hour is like walking down the street to get you know, it's half an hour for me. It's like probably going to Shoppers and come back.
I know, you know,
right? So it's not that far, really.
Even me, like
the food in Grenada is amazing. I didn't mention that. It's amazing because we are the spice island. So all our fresh herbs and spices are infused in our food. So it's really finger licking good.
It
All
really
right,
is.
so that's why lots of hotels, they may not offer all inclusive. They might tell you have breakfast, but go out and eat local
Yeah,
because the
a
local
lot
food
of
is
places really do. We really, like Sekou said earlier, we really do here. We encourage people to like get off the resort, and the resorts themselves encourage it as well. They're like, yeah, no, go out, try different restaurants, and you know, because we have so many, our food here is so good. That's why I can't stop eating. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I remember that one time too, we were driving and there was someone like barbecuing on the side of the road and we just stopped and grabbed some barbecue chicken and it was delicious.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is the
You
best.
sound like a Grenadian.
I know, right?
What about, so of course, like I'm sure everybody would love to come and spend lots of time on the islands, but if someone were to stop there on a cruise and say maybe had half a day or, 4 or 5 hours, what would you suggest in doing just to get a taste of the island if they just had a short time?
I can answer that, Seiko, unless you wanted to.
You can go and then I can add in after or vice
I know, because I actually do a lot of like half-day itineraries for people on cruises, like travel agents and such that want to get an idea. So if you only had half a day in Grenada, I would definitely have you check out the beach, Grand Isles Beach. It really is, Grand Isles Beach is such a sight to behold because it's just like, it has such a nice backdrop, with all the mountains and the city, our city is in the background, so it really is a very, very gorgeous beach. And I really don't think anybody should come to Grenada without going to Grand Isles Beach. Even if you just go for an hour, there are all these great little beach bars, you can like grab a nice drink and just, just go and soak it in for a little while. So definitely the beach. You can also take like a quick train tour through town because again, we have a lot of really, really beautiful architecture and there's a lot of history in our capital. So I would recommend that as well. And I also would have you go up into the country, which is far for us. But like Sekou says, it's really only like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. To visit a chocolate factory, for sure. And also Belmont Estate. Well, Belmont Estate actually has a chocolate factory in it now. So like you can kind of go to Belmont Estate and get a really great overview of both our spice and chocolate industry. So I really do recommend there as a stop. It's also, it is an old plantation. So there is a lot of, nice history there as well. And then also River Antoine Rum Distillery, which is right, literally 5 minutes away from Belmont. River Antoine Rum Distillery is the oldest operating rum distillery in the entire Western Hemisphere. They literally still make rum the same way that they made rum 400 years ago. Like every single bottle is hand bottled. And it is one of my favorite attractions in Grenada. Like I love it. It is such a cool little tour to take. And then of course, when you're done, you get to do a tasting of all the different rums. So, so that is what I would have somebody do in half a day in Grenada.
And maybe visit a waterfall too.
Belmont and River Antoine. Sorry, Sekou, go ahead.
Waterfall.
Oh yeah, well yeah, and a waterfall. Okay, yeah, Annandale Waterfall because we have a nice range of waterfalls. Some of them you can just drive up to, and then others involve a hike. So Annandale is cool because you can just drive up to it. You walk down, the waterfall's gorgeous, and it also has a nice little, literally just like a 10-minute trail through its gardens, and and all the trees are marked. You can see, oh, this is an avocado tree. Oh, this is a mango tree. This is that. This is that. So that is something that's very nice to do as well. Thanks, Sekou. Can't believe I forgot about waterfalls. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw people like jumping off the top of the waterfall, like
I've done that.
40 feet. Too. I was too scared to do that. But, what about, so you mentioned that we talked about the fishing. Are there excursions people can go out on a fishing tour?
Yes, we do have some of our tour companies that will take people out. And then of course we also have sailing charters that their fishing is an option, so like you can go out and sail and have a nice day and then also do fishing as well. And I do believe there are some companies that do sports fishing as well, because I gather I'm not a fisher woman personally, but I gather sports fishing is a whole different vibe from chill fishing. I don't know what it is, but there's both. Yeah, fishing is very popular. In Grenada.
And we do have a fishing tournament, a billfish fishing tournament that takes place annually in February.
January.
In January, yeah. In January, there's a billfish fishing tournament. And I've seen anglers in Grenada for that for the fishing tournament from Canada also.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. This year, actually, because obviously this was before all of this pandemic stuff went down, this year we had a huge billfish tournament and there were several registered boats from Canada.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, that's so nice. We've got to represent.
Right?
Oh, that's excellent. I don't think we have any more questions. Rhonda, do you have any?
No, I don't have any questions. Renee and Suko, thank you so much. That was amazing. I'm a scuba diver. I love diving, and I haven't done it for a while. And I honestly had no idea that the diving was so amazing on your beautiful little island. So I haven't been. I know I haven't been. So it just those pictures were amazing.
I have so many more. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and just to have the water sculptures for like snorkelers, and wow, it's just like looks like
cool. The sculptures are really cool too because a lot of them have cultural or historical significance to Grenada. So like it's cool because especially if you go and you're with a guide, they'll explain what all the different sculptures mean. Obviously you can do it on your own as well, but I think it's cool to kind of get that insight because they all do have a meaning,
yeah.
Yeah, one of the most recent ones that they put down is the Nutmeg Princess, which is one of our local fairy tales. So that's like my new favorite. Beautiful. It's literally a princess and holding up a nutmeg, and it's so nice,
Wow.
So amazing and so unique to your island.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Very,
and I
very
think a stop at the market too is important. You can pick up a whole bunch of spices to bring
Oh,
home.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Boy, we are the spice island. So what's coming to Grenada without actually picking up spices? We have cinnamon, we have cloves, we have nutmegs, bay leaf, we have it all. The island literally smells like spices.
Yeah,
So
it
as soon
does.
as you step off the plane, you smell the spices in the air, and from there on, like you're in love.
It's true.
Fabulous.
So true.
At every breath you take, you smell spices. Like it's a beautiful island. It's a nice island. It smells nice, and food is nice too.
Yeah, you have everything. Well, thank you so much. Again, thank you too for joining us. Thank you for all of our clients and friends that have joined in. It's such a privilege to be able to serve you in this way and just be able to bring a bit of the world to you and get you to hear it from our local like suppliers and tourist boards. We love that. So again, if you have any suggestions, we have a list of people that or countries that I know that you guys would like to see us present on. So keep them coming. We love your feedback, and thank you to all of you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. So Renee and Sekou, have a great week, and thanks again so much for your presentation.
Thank you very much for inviting us. You guys were awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys are great. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.